Hi, this is Charlotte Rose, and this is my story. I was born and raised in Northampton, England, an hour north of London. These are pictures of me before I experienced the most amazing turnaround of my whole entire life. On the surface, it looks like my life was full of excitement and happiness, when in reality, from within, I was searching for something more. I knew that there had to be more to life than the one I was living. Most of my childhood was scarred by mental and physical abuse. I experienced things that no one should ever have to go through. I remember thinking that if I could just survive my situation, that someday I would be free. Several years later, I was. When I went to college, life just became one big meaningless party. What I thought was the best direction to be going in the end made me miserable. The people I thought were friends were fake. My partying life made me so depressed that I wanted to end it. I felt I had no purpose to live. There was a woman I worked with who reached out to me during my worst time. I knew there was something different about her. I felt comforted with the peace and reassurance by the things she would say to me. Not only was I comforted, I started to feel different. More different than I've ever felt. Things were changing. I then felt this burning desire to ask her if I could attend her church. Once there, I found that it was amazing, different to any other I'd been to. For the first time in my life, I started to hear answers that made sense to the questions I had about life. Where I came from, why I'm here, and where I'm going after this life. I had miracles begin to happen with prayer. I started to have the most amazing experiences. My life started changing. I began to realize that these good feelings replaced my depressed thoughts. It started to resolve my problems. I also learned that this life is not meant to be perfect, but rather through life's problems, we have the greatest opportunities to grow. I was introduced to the missionaries, who shared with me that the Lord's original church that was set up in the New Testament is once again restored to the earth. There are many religions, all claiming to be the truth, but there can only be one truth. All this seemed too good to be true. I had to find out for myself. That's when I was introduced to the Book of Mormon. The first time I held it, I was really confused because it wasn't the Bible. I had no idea it even existed. My friends laughed at me and said it was a waste of time. But I felt the same amazing feelings that I felt while attending church. One night I opened the Book of Mormon. With the book in my hands, I physically felt this overwhelming peace. The phone rang. It was my friends wanting me to go out and party. This was a pivotal moment. Right then, I had a choice to make. I've never felt so sure. I was drawn to the book and nothing else. I felt compelled to read it. Looking back now, this was the most important decision I have ever acted upon. Overwhelming feelings of happiness came to me while I was reading it. Even though I didn't understand it all, I knew what I felt was right. From this, I had so many phenomenal feelings. Despite being so depressed before, this brought me so much inspiration and light. Being really excited, I went on the internet to look up Mormons. I found lots of disturbing things about the LDS Church. The more I looked at it, the worse I felt. I got so upset I went to throw the Book of Mormon away. My mother stopped me and said to keep it. She had seen the happiness it had brought to me. I then remembered how good I felt while reading it. I was confused how it was possible for me to feel so right and yet to feel so bad when viewing the information online. This was another pivotal moment because I had to choose once again to follow my heart, and I did. I now realized there was an online world riddled with lies and misinformation designed to stop me from recognizing the truth. Now that I have read the Book of Mormon several times, I truly understand that it has been given to help us discover our purpose in life. Jesus lived with his people in Jerusalem. We know this from the Bible. It only made sense to me that Christ would visit his children in other parts of the world too. We now have the account of his visit in the Americas, as recorded in the Book of Mormon. These two records are meant to be used together to provide us with a powerful witness that the Lord's gospel has been restored to the earth once again. After understanding this, I knew I needed to be baptized. August the 28th, 2012, I was. I know now that Jesus lives and that he is real. I know this because I have followed the promise found in the Book of Mormon. In Moroni 10, verses 3 to 5, it says simply to ask, and if you do with a sincere heart, wanting to know, you will find it's true, just like me. I promise you, it will change your life forever. Now I understand the purpose of this life, and that Jesus Christ's gospel has been restored in its fullness to the earth. I'm going to share this amazing message with the world. I've been called to serve a full-time mission for 18 months to Canada, Calgary. I am so blessed to be an instrument in the Lord's hand to share this phenomenal message with my brothers and sisters of Canada. Everyone want to quickly yell a guess as to which country I'm going to? I'm going.
Okay, start reading.
Read loud.
Okay. Sister Charlotte Priscilla Rose. You are hereby called to serve as a missionary of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You're assigned to labour in the Canada.
I knew it. That was my guess.
Canada.
You're gonna have to redo it in 2 minutes.
You report on the Missionary Training Centre on Tuesday, March
They'll be
11th.
here in 2 minutes.
March 11th, 2014.
That's where Austin Zeller is.
He's my mission president.